Good morning, everyone, and it is an absolute pleasure to be with you today. Before we get into a little bit of an update on the foundation, I have some housekeeping to do. So, as always, we have a code of conduct that is available via QR code, but everybody is always very nice and kind, so never an issue. If you need the schedule, you can use the QR code here, or I think everything is provided to you already. So, and we look forward to a fun table talk exercise this afternoon as well. Okay, that being said, my name is Steve Fernandez, and I am the relatively new general manager for the Open Source Security Foundation. I've been with the organization roughly 4 months now. Previous to joining as the general manager, I have a long career in technology, mostly on the enterprise side. So I was a chief information officer and chief technology officer for major companies like Coca-Cola, AIG, L'Oreal Paris, Ford Motor Company. So that is my background, and security has always been a passion of mine. So when this opportunity arose, I was very excited to join and start. So what I wanted to do this morning was just give you an overview and some highlights on some exciting things that are happening in the foundation today, as well as things we're planning on in the near future that you all can become part of and join us maybe to help support as we move forward. First of all, we really look at the foundation in 4 main categories. We talk a little bit about policy, so working with governments and policy around security. We work on education, so educating in the security field. So whether that's coursework, giving best practices, working with developers. So education's the second part. We then have technical initiatives, which are really the projects that we sponsor or have come into the OpenSSF that are sponsored by our members or other people. And then finally, we have community, which are days like this, where we like to get the community together, share, and try to embrace the mission of security overall. So those are the 4 main areas we work in inside of the OpenSSF, and I'll give you a little bit of information on each of those today. So first of all is the policy or public sector side. We just finished an engagement at the beginning of the year in Washington, D.C., where we tried to meet with the U.S. government as well as other governments in Washington. But as many of you know, it's a very chaotic time in the U.S. government, and but we did have a great meeting, and we did get some great outcomes. One of the strategic things that we saw that came out of the meeting was there will probably be more opportunity for groups like OpenSSF to take more responsibility ongoing as government either comes or goes in the future. So that's one strategic thing. But we also came out with a couple task force from the policy summits. And I believe, don't worry about taking notes. We'll give you all the slides. All the slides have links. And so we'd love to share all of this with you. So I'm not going to go into too much detail today. I just want to give you a feel for what we did. So we really talked about standardization. We really talked and put these task force into play. It was a great meeting in Washington, and we'll be hopefully creating another policy meeting in Europe in the latter part of the year, so we'll continue to talk. One of the biggest issues in public policy we're dealing with right now, as all of you probably know, is the CRA initiative in Europe. We've really spent, as a foundation, a lot of time, effort, and energy to understand the CRA, to create things for our members. So I would recommend you to go to the QR code if you want to get a little bit more information. But we put out just recently one of the biggest trainings on the CRA created by the foundation that was publicly put out. One of our most successful courses ever, as well as we're doing a lot of consulting and support along the CRA lines. So we're switching now from the policy piece, and we're going to talk a little bit about initiatives that we would like to focus on, we have focused on, and we will be spending more time. Obviously, everybody is working on AI today in one form or another. And we are going to be positioning ourselves with the OpenSSF to focus on the security aspects of AI. So securing AI and evaluating how AI is operating in the public forum. Some of the work we've done historically in the past is we've done some work with the DARPA group and looking at their automation work, as well as doing, we launched our model signing 1.0 version. So this is work that's happened historically, and strategically we're going to be moving the foundation to be doing more and more AI work ongoing. So you'll be seeing white papers. Our AI ML working group will be getting a lot more emphasis and hopefully a lot more membership participation for the future. I've included this so you can get a couple references for the foundation, as well as I recommend if you have some time at some point, use the QR code and look at our annual report. It just gives information about the foundation, what we've been doing in terms of our projects and technologies. We always have a lot going on, so it's a very exciting place to be. Okay. Let me just highlight a couple of our recent accomplishments this year. So we have just done our initial release of a new software called Baseline. And Baseline is going to be the tool that is going to become a platform for us to enable coders to quickly evaluate their code, see security risks, get a scorecard, and then over time we will build more and more functionality into Baseline that will also do checks against policy, against different government regulations, so that if you're a developer or coder using open source, you can see you can meet all the criteria in one place, and it's very exciting. And you can read the rest of the releases we've just put out with OpenBow just joining, which is very exciting, talking about more security signing. Okay, so we've talked about projects, we've talked about policy. You are the community, so we're already checking that box off today. Finally, we're doing education as well. As I mentioned, we just did our biggest course ever in the LF Foundation, which was the CRA course. I recommend if you get the opportunity to take the link, go take it. It's very educational. You'll learn it. And we've also launched the security framework. So it is a tool that enables any size company or group to go in, understand the different cyber roles, what training those roles need, what kind of education those need. And it's a very good tool for instantly having your own cybersecurity framework. So we continue to do work in all four areas, and we look forward to improving on those and moving forward. One thing that I will say is the success of all of these projects, community group, work, education, is really about having the membership involved and having members really support these programs. So my call to action today is, in order for us to continue to keep putting on great events and run projects, we need your support. So really look forward to, and I'll show you in a little bit different ways you can join to help different areas. We have a bunch of upcoming events. The list is here. Feel free to join. All of our community days are usually open to the public, or open to our groups for free. Some of the other areas that we're going to be at, some of the other conferences are not our conferences. We'll just be attending them or supporting a day. So just a list for you to share. And again, we'll provide all this information. We'll be at SecurityCon and Cloud Native. We're going to be a large supporter of that. But getting back to how you can get involved, working groups are a very easy way for you to get involved. and to share information, to share your knowledge, and to grow the community. So these are our current working groups. And our lovely artist Crobe is always creating new logos for the day. So please look at these, join them, get involved. We're also have, for those that don't know, we have a podcast, a security podcast. So I highly recommend you look at the QR. There's many episodes already out, and we have a schedule where we'll continue to do the latest information of what's happening and what's exciting. And then we've talked a little bit this afternoon. You will have the tabletop exercise, so look forward to you joining that, and I think it'll be a lot of fun and exciting as always. So, in conclusion, there's a lot going on in the OpenSSF right now. We have a little bit of anything for everybody who has a passion for security, who wants to make the community stronger and safer. My personal ask is please get involved. If you don't know how to get involved, contact myself, contact others in the foundation. We'll be happy to help match you to the correct area. We have a lot of passion around securing open source and securing code in general. And we really need you to help us and to help the community. So that is my plea for you today. I'll be around for the full day, so I would love to get to know you over time. Please come introduce yourself. I would love to meet you and to get to know you better. And I look forward to sharing a great day of security with you, and keep going. And I'll hand it back to Yui. Thank you.